Janet Yellen was asked. Now, she's probably more responsible than almost anybody for the situation we're in, other than Jerome Powell, who was keeping rates effectively at zero when really there was no need to. Now he's way behind the eight ball. Janet Yellen was asked about a potential recession. Cut 4G. Roll that.
The Wall Street Journal reported this morning that 44% of economists expect a recession in the next year. Is that what you expect as well?
Well, I expect the economy to slow. It's been growing at a very rapid rate as the labor market has recovered and we have reached full employment. It's natural now that we expect a transition to steady and stable growth. But I don't think a recession is at all inevitable. Chair Powell, clearly inflation is unacceptably high. It's President Biden's top priority to bring it down.
Oh, of course
and Chair Powell has said that his goal is to bring inflation down while maintaining a strong labor market. That's going to take skill and luck, but I believe it's possible. I don't think a recession is inevitable.
You say it's not inevitable. I guess the question is it likely? We're already seeing consumers start to pull back on services, especially. Some signs that the job market may be slowing as well.
Well, I think consumer spending remains very strong. There's month-to-month volatility, but overall spending is strong, although patterns of spending are changing, and higher food and energy prices are certainly affecting consumers and making them change their patterns of spending. But bank balances are high. It's clear that most consumers, even lower income households, continue to have buffer stocks of savings that will enable them to maintain spending. So I don't see a drop-off in consumer spending is a likely cause of a recession in the months ahead. And the labor market is very strong, arguably the strongest of the post-war period. Not only is the unemployment rate near historic lows, but there are 2 job vacancies in every unemployed worker. So the labor market remains extremely strong. Unemployment insurance claims near their lowest levels in history.
It turns out that you and the president, maybe even the Fed, were too optimistic about inflation last year. Concerned that may be happening again with your suggestion that a recession is not inevitable?
Well, inflation is really unacceptably high. Part of the reason is Russia's war on Ukraine, his boosted energy and food prices in the United States and globally. It's important to recognize that the United States is certainly not the only advanced economy suffering from high inflation. We see it in UK, we see it in France, Germany, Italy, and the causes of it are global, not local. Supply chain snarls, partly resulting from lockdowns in China.
All right, Jay, that's enough. I can't listen anymore. There's one cause of inflation, as Milton Friedman told us a long time ago, and that's government. It's just that simple. Told you before, you can look at the chart. There's a chart out there somewhere about inflation, and you can see where the Putin war started, and you can see where inflation is. You know, there's such easily disprovable facts. They continue. That's what I'm saying. They just flail at this as best they can. They have no handle on it. The idea that this underlying labor market and the consumer is still so strong. I don't know what data she looks at. You know, she can go on Fred, just like I can go on Fred, the financial whatever there, and see the charts. You can pull them up for yourself. And you can see consumer spending. You can see credit card debt, you can see savings. They're going in opposite directions and not to the good way. You can talk to Walmart, you can talk to Target, you can see their quarterly reports, you can listen to the CEOs, you can see the inventory problems they have, you can see the sales they're going to have to get rid of inventory. I mean, again, I just don't know what she's talking about or what data she's using to go on these shows and spew this kind of nonsense that's just clearly not true. But again, as George, I think, tried to point out there, it didn't press her all that hard. She's the same person who told you this was transitory.
Yeah.